The king is here. The king is here. What's up, everybody? It's the Combat King. Man, this is a great weekend to be a boxing fan. I'm looking forward to this weekend. If you're anything like me, I call this like Christmas. It's like Christmas, a boxing Christmas weekend. I'm gonna give y'all my top 5 fights I'm looking forward to. I'm gonna start off with, Devin the Dream Haney versus George the Ferocious Kambosos / the Emperor. But Haney beat the Emperor out of him in his first fight, and I think the same thing gonna happen in his second fight, but worse. He claimed to be ferocious, but he wasn't too ferocious in the standoff. He was real timid, looked like he was real shook, and looked like he just ready to collect his paycheck and run back off into obscurity like he was before he beat Trash. What that boy was he beat? Before he beat Teofimo Lopez, then nobody know who he was. And after Devin finished beating up on him, ain't nobody gonna know who he is again. Let's see who we got next. We're gonna go with Caleb Plant, Sweet Hands Plant versus Anthony the Dog Dirrell. Now, at first, I was thinking to myself that Caleb is the younger, fresher fighter. He might kind of cruise past Dirrell, but in Dirrell's last fight, he knocked dude out. I don't know dude's name, but he knocked him out, and it looked like that kind of rejuvenated Dirrell. And a lot of times too, when an older boxer might find that timing to where they had that one last good run in them, and if Caleb don't come in there on his A game, Dirrell is looking to step on Caleb and use him as a stepping stone to make a big fight for his next fight. Because I was checking out the Spaces Off and the interviews and stuff, and Dirrell looked real confident. Caleb is also a guy that don't necessarily hit hard per se. You know, he's not pillow fisted as some people claim he is, but nobody's afraid of getting hit by him. Let's just say that. So Dirrell look like he might be game. He don't look like he really respecting Caleb right now, and I think he feels confident enough like he gonna be able to beat Caleb. Although I'm still picking Plant to beat Dirrell, it's gonna be a very good, interesting fight. I'm looking forward to seeing it. For my next fight, I'm gonna go with the return of Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder against what's the dude's name? Robert Helenius. Now, Helenius is a seasoned fighter. He's actually sparred Deontay before, so both fighters are familiar with each other. Deontay is not only coming off a loss to Tyson Fury, he's coming off a bit of a delay as well. Although I'm not mad at the delay, I actually think he needed that. Whenever you're a fighter and you're in combat, you really want your head to be clear. You want to be focused. You don't want to be unsure should you still be doing this or not. So I think the break will actually help him not only fully heal, but fully get rejuvenated to get that fire to get back in the ring again and want to knock cats' heads off and be totally focused on that. Get your confidence up. Also, it gives you time to, Wilder's a guy who's still building on his abilities, so that give you time to really practice. Like I say, clear your head and come in really refocused, rejuvenated, and ready to put the kill on something. Like most of his other fights, I expect Wilder to knock Helenius out, but it'll be good to see if Wilder added some more wrinkles to his game, and will he be able to show and implement that before he knocks Helenius out. I'm excited to see Wilder back again, to see if he still got it, to see if he's still hungry. Plus, the heavyweight division just ain't the same without Wilder. So welcome back, Deontay. I'm looking forward to seeing you tomorrow. For my next fight, I got Clarissa the Goat Shields against Savannah Marshall. Now, this is gonna be an interesting fight because Savannah has been real snooty and looking down her nose at Clarissa this whole time. Up to this fight that actually has some back and forth. Savannah's kind of really she's connected herself to Clarissa to build her name and build her brand up so she can not only get the attention, but get the Clarissa fight so she can get the payday. So I will give her credit for that. She really did Like she didn't run from Claressa. She kind of really made this fight happen. Although I think she's misguided because I think she's thinking too much of the younger 17-year-old Claressa, who she faced when she was in the amateurs and going up to the Olympics, as opposed to this version of Claressa, the grown woman, the decorated female, accomplished fighter who's done more in women's boxing than any other woman in the history of boxing. She's a two-time Olympic gold medalist. Savannah has 0 medals, so I don't think she's taking any of that into consideration. And maybe it's just a across the pond thing where they just look at us Americans like, oh, Americans, they're losers or whatever. But I think Claressa is gonna beat the brakes off of Savannah Marshall and put all kind of hickeys and knots and lumps and crumpets all upside her head for as long as the fight lasts. And if it go to distance, she's just gonna whoop her for the distance of the fight. Because Claressa is pissed off, she's mad, and she ready to show and prove. And she been saying she gonna knock Savannah out this whole time anyway. So it's gonna be good to see, can she put her combinations together? Can she put her punches together? Can she work that body and finally get the large Savannah Marshall up out of there? Last but not least, we have Mikaela Myers versus Alicia. I call it the bombshell, Baumgardner. Baumgardner is beautiful, she's ferocious, she's strong, she's confident, and she coming ready to fight. Now I've really been looking forward to this fight because both fighters have been doing a lot of trash talking. Nobody's giving up an inch. They both been biting and snipping, and every time they see each other, it's on, it's lit, it's up every single time. Ain't nobody taking a step back. Both of them are ready to just look like they're ready to go at it every time they run into one another. So I'm excited about this fight. Now, as far as the fighters, Mikaela is an experienced veteran fighter who, she's not a slouch. So Alicia have to be careful. Mikaela also seems confident, but she don't seem really, at first anyway, she didn't seem fazed by Alicia. As long as this draw out, it seems like Alicia's been able to kind of slip underneath her skin. But before, Mikaela looked real cool, she looked real confident, and it looked like she was bothering Alicia more. But as this thing draw it out, it looked like Mikaela ready to kind of like boil over back. So it's gonna be good to see. Now when you flip the switch to Alicia, Alicia seemed like really like just ants and ready to bite her, like ready to bite something, ready to fight, ready to get it on and show the world that she's the best women's boxer, that she can knock her out, and all this. So it's gonna be good to see if Alicia's going to use all that anger and that venom and that viciousness, but stay calm and use it in her as a positive, basically. Use it, to help her, or will she allow it to cloud her judgment and make her come in there and be too antsy, and really rushing things and allow it to work against her? Because Mikaela is a really good fighter, so she has to be real careful with that. But this should be fireworks for as long as it lasts. If it does go the distance, it should be a dogfight / catfight. The entire distance of the fight is gonna be a war of attrition. Whichever fighter has the better training, the better conditioning, the better game plan, that's gonna be the fighter that get their hand raised, unless somebody get robbed. That's gonna be the fighter that get their hand raised at the end of the fight. Man, I'm looking forward to seeing this fight. I think this is probably the most excited I've been, or the most anticipated female fight I've been looking forward to, outside of Claressa, of course. But I'm 1000% looking forward to this fight tomorrow. I hope it's not a letdown. Basically, I hope it holds up to the excitement and the anticipation that I'm waiting for. Looking forward to this fight. That's all my fights that I'm looking forward to seeing. Those are my breakdown and predictions. This is the Combat King. Until the next time, I'm out.